The Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans ad has resurfaced. The conversation has returned once again because Sydney Sweeney just shut down a woke reporter in a recent interview, and it is going mega viral. Now, I sat and watched the entire interview before I pulled the 2 sound bites that everyone has been talking about, and the whole interview, you could almost tell that the reporter was, getting her comfortable, teeing her up for the big question, for the big reveal, for these moments. And it didn't work. The reporter did not get what she wanted. Even multiple times she kind of prods Sydney further and be like, well, are you sure you don't want to elaborate? And Sydney be like, no, not interested. Don't care. And I just love the overall attitude here. Now, I talked about this ad a few months ago, and while it was nice to see something that wasn't super woke and annoying, it also wasn't a huge win for conservative women. And I argued because it wasn't the most, it was like zooming in on her chest while it was talking about her jeans. I don't know. That wasn't like a wow, yay, but it also wasn't a horrible, annoying woke thing either. But this moment with Sydney just made me appreciate her even more because she's not caving to the narrative that was built around that ad. Because if you guys also remember, after that ad went viral, the big part of it, the part that I thought was so funny, the reason that I mainly talked about it, was because everyone on the left suddenly accused her of being a white supremacist and talking about good genes actually meant her genetics, and that means that she's actually saying that she's superior to other races. I mean, it went crazy town very quickly. So that's the refresher around that old controversy. Here are the 2 moments in this 20-minute-ish interview where she addresses it further. So here's the reporter. She's like trying to be best friends with Sydney. let me chat with you about these crazy things. Okay, so here's the first part.
Anyway, I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about...
I feel like Sydney's already like, oh, we're going here. Okay, because it wasn't all about this. Sydney has a new movie called Christie. She keeps talking about that movie, but they kept bringing it back to the jeans ad. They're like, but wait, the jeans.
The jeans ad. And that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone. And I wondered what that was like.
Before Sydney answers here, I love that every moment when this interviewer is asking, like, a little bit tough questions, she doesn't make eye contact with Sydney. She looks away and she's like, so I was wondering what it was like. Girl, talk to Sydney. Ask her the question. Anyways, here's her response.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And the girl's like, it was surreal? Sydney's like, yeah, it was cool. So that already, it was a cancelable moment for the left. You cannot say that the president interacting with any of your content, talking about you, was surreal. That implies that you could perhaps be honored. You could perhaps like it. You could perhaps think it's kind of cool that the president's talking about you. No, I mean, remember even Travis Kelce said something about him attending the Super Bowl, and he was like, yeah, it's cool, and just got obliterated for it.
It's a great honor. I think, no matter who the president is.
You cannot say anything of any form of favor towards Trump. But she did. By not disowning the fact that he addressed it, people are already mad. But then the interview went on, and we got to this part, the most viral of the moments. And again, this is the end of the interview. So they've been teeing it up. They've been talking about, how she takes ownership in what she does, and she feels very confident. And she also said leading up to this that, she doesn't typically like to tell people what to think, which I loved that moment as well. She's like, it's not my place. And I could tell the interviewer every time, she's like, I don't like that. I don't like what Sydney's saying. And then we get to this part.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like
eye contact,
white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And
it wasn't broadly speaking. It was niche libs freaking out over something that they had no reason to freak out over. But okay.
Since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
This is like my new favorite moment. I'm going to just quote this every time that if I'm asked a question that I just don't want to, when I think people need to hear, my opinions on something, like they'll hear it. They'll know. That's it. End of story. Shut down question. It was so good. It was so great. I also just love how the interviewer phrased it. In this political climate, the second you hear in this political climate, you know that it's going to be a lib question that is about to be asked.
I know you. You know you. And I know you know that I know you.
But the fact that Sydney was like, don't care. The interviewer even kind of teed it up of like, this is your moment to publicly apologize to acknowledge the wrongs that you have partaken in. Here, I want to give you that platform. Not that Sydney doesn't already have a massively giant, way bigger than GQ platform that she could have if she wanted to say it like she says there, but I just, I felt it was my job to give you this platform to apologize. And then Sydney's like, no. Anyways, it's such a great, it's so good. It's such a great little own. Everything about this. I just need to watch it again.
Genetic superiority. Like, that was kind of like the criticism.
It wasn't the joke.
And
it wasn't the commercial.
Since you are talking about
it, had
this,
nothing to do with that.
An opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
And the reporter's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that. Oh, it's so good. If you're having as much fun as I am about talking about this and laughing at the nonsense, it might be time for you to join Daily Wire Plus. Because over here at Daily Wire, especially among our subscribers, this kind of content, it is always a good time. And right now, we are offering the Daily Wire Lifetime Membership, and there are only 2,000 spots remaining. It turns out that having Daily Wire All Access benefits for life with no renewals is something that everybody wants. So if you guys want to get one, here are your options. You can buy one while they're still available, or you could win mine, because I have my very own lifetime membership to give away to one of you guys. And I made it very, very easy to enter. All you have to do is download the free Daily Wire Plus app in the App Store, open it, and then tap follow under my picture. That's it. Then you are officially entered to win. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be getting a call from me so that I can let you know that you've won the lifetime membership. But before any of that happens, you need to download the Daily Wire Plus app and follow me inside to enter to win. So best of luck, it'll be fun, just like this interview is fun. I'm having so much fun watching this. I've literally watched this multiple times at this point, and I laugh every single time. It's wild because if the ad was racist, if AE's intention was to promote white supremacy, then the question maybe would make sense. The funny part is it had nothing to do with that. That's why Sydney, I bet, is not even giving this the time of day. I so wish, though, that she would have asked what exactly about that ad was racist. Like, please elaborate further what you mean with that question. I would have loved for her to just go in like, please explain, because you will show how crazy that concept even was. It's not because she's a white girl with blue eyes and blonde hair. She's just hot. It could have been anyone who was hot. It would have applied to all races, both genders, if they were attractive and they have good genes. I mean, it makes sense. Also, so many times in the interview too, Sydney kept being like, I wear jeans all the time. Like, it was nothing crazy. They had to make it crazy. Someone said Sydney has literally modeled the way forward. Again, I'm gonna remember that quote and then just use it when it's like, your question is dumb. I'm not even gonna give it the time of day. The end. Translation. I want to give you an opportunity to apologize and beg for forgiveness. Exactly. She goes, I'm good, thanks. That's exactly how that came across. In a fun, lighthearted way, but that's what she was saying. Never ever apologize for anything with these people. The left is evil and will show no charity towards you. They only look for weakness, and then they will capitalize on it. Props to Sydney for not falling into the trap. I mean, they were waiting. They wanted her to cave. And I don't think they know how to act with an actor who's not caving. Like, Sydney, to her credit, is not caving here. She just doesn't give a freaking flying frick, and I love that. Under the original video over on GQ, here's some more comments. The entire interview was set up around asking her to condemn the commercial. I mean, if you watch the whole thing, that's exactly where the interviewer goes with this. The interview is going to be famous for all the opposite reasons the interviewer thought it would be. Exactly. This feels like a middle school podcast. It really does. And then the way that, like, you just don't really answer the questions because they don't really make sense, so you're just kind of like, okay, next one. Thanks, that was a dumb question. This interviewer must live on Reddit. No, she must live on TikTok, because the interviewer did get her little moment of fame over on TikTok, where the libs are even more angry with Sydney. Therefore, the interviewer actually gets her moment to shine. And here is just a couple of those videos, because again, I love to watch them angry about something that they have no reason to be angry about. None whatsoever. 0%. Zero.
After this interview I just watched, I am convinced that Sydney Sweeney is a MAGA Republican, and no one can convince me otherwise. Y'all need to see this.
Is there something that you want to say about the ad itself? The Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Do you have...
The ad spoke for itself.
You think the ad spoke for itself?
The ad spoke for itself. That's how she started it. Which, again, is true. The ad didn't have any other messaging that Sydney needs to apologize for. That was the ad. Sydney looking hot. Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
That's it. No secret white supremacy messaging. That was just it. It spoke for itself. It absolutely did. And everyone with a brain can pick up on exactly what it meant. She's hot.
This woman is racist. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. Because how hard is it to have replied and been like, well, I don't think white jeans are superior.
But her playing into that, her even acknowledging it, then gives credibility to the accusation that the ad that she partook in was racist, which it wasn't. So that's why you don't even dignify the question with a proper response. It's not because she's racist suddenly. It's because it's an untrue allegation. It's an untrue accusation. She's like, the ad spoke for itself. It didn't say that, so I'm not gonna apologize.
That would have been really simple to do. You know what I mean? Like,
but I didn't intend it to be that way. Still acknowledges guilt. Still implies some level of guilt that now she must carry. And she doesn't need to carry it.
and she chose to stand 10 toes down on that ad and say, when there's an issue I want to talk about, I'll speak about it. So you don't think joking about white supremacy is an issue that you feel compelled to speak on after an ad you made, babe?
See? That's why, again, don't even address it. Don't even give them a time of day because they'll do this anyways.
Is there something that you want to say about the ad itself? The Sydney Sweeney has great jeans. Do you have...
The ad spoke for itself.
You think the ad spoke for itself? Okay, and...
Doesn't care. There's a lot of these of just people watching it and being like, she's not just falling on her knees apologizing. How dare she? And of course, TikTok comments mirrored the anger in these videos. Do you think she knows that she fully implied that she's racist? She didn't. She's not. No proof. Nothing, but they will believe that. Therefore, be a Sydney and just go, don't even care. It's a dumb question. I love it. So in summary, do you think white jeans are better? Yes. Are you racist? Yes. Again, not what she said, but what they hear. They will find a way to hear whatever they want to hear about someone. And this is a perfect example of that. So she's aware. Good. Now we're all clear. Again, oh gosh. Let the art speak for itself. And the art is eugenics. Again, because she said earlier, I want art to speak for itself. This isn't eugenics. American Eagle did not do a eugenics ad. And if they cared so much about eugenics, then let's talk about Planned Parenthood. I won't go down that rabbit hole today, but again, be consistent. It's so infuriating. They love the organization that loved eugenics. Loved it. But now Sydney Sweeney wearing jeans, that's eugenics. I'm like, literally. So the moral of this story is that we are done. Even some celebrities in Hollywood are done. They're done with the fake remorse and giving any sort of flattery to crazy takes that no normal person should even have had in the first place. So no more placating to the mob that is making up narratives so that they have something to complain about. Thank you for watching this episode of The Comment Section. If you want more episodes like this, please subscribe to this channel and like this video if you enjoyed it. And for other content, you can follow me on my personal Instagram and X, and make sure to follow us on our new Comment Section Instagram page. I'll see you guys in the comments.